We will start with the looping functions, and then we will cover the remaining functions, and we will wrap up all the functions today. Okay. And also we will discuss what are the functions you have not yet understand. So we will discuss those functions as well. Okay. So today we'll start with the looping functions, guys. So which is very commonly used functions in the entire application, which is nothing but the for each loop. So for each loop, how we will execute and how we will use the for each. Okay. Let's discuss this. So before discussing the for each function, we need to aware of the items, guys. Items in the for each function. So what is meant by the items? So now I will take one array called array of items. Array of items in the sense list of values itself. So whether it may be text values, whether it may be integer values, whatever it may be. So whatever the list we are passing in the looping function, that will be called as the items, guys. Okay, now we'll take Suresh, Ramesh, and I'm taking the combination of both number integers and the text values. So when I call the for each here, so you can see there are two parameters are available. So these two parameters are mandatory parameters, guys. So we definitely need to pass these two parameters to execute this function. So yes, evaluates the provided expression once for every item, returns the array of results. So yeah, so it will return the array as an output. So items in the sense array or the data subset containing the items which we have to iterate in the sense looping function itself, it will iterate whatever the values we are passing to the looping function, right? Those values will iterate in the looping itself. So I will show you how we'll iterate in each loop. So yep. So in the expression, if you want to access the items which we have passed in the item parameter, so those items parameter values uh, we will evaluate in the expression by using the few domains, guys. So we will discuss those domains quickly. So see, firstly we have the FE item. FE item in the sense the current item, the current array item, which is, so let's see, I will show you. So now firstly I will call the items here, items which is nothing but I will take local bank items. Okay. So expression. So firstly what I want to convey is, so here how many times the loop will get iterate. See, there are 5 times. 5 times the loop is got iterated. Because how why? Because of, see, in the items parameter we have passed the local bank items, right? So local bank item, how many items are containing? There are 5 items are there here. See, if you want me to show you, see, 5 items. So in the local bank items, how many items are there? 5 items are there. So then the loop will execute for 5 times. So you can remember like this as well. So how many items that we have passing in the items parameter, those many times the loop will get executed. So while executing, I have not provided any expression here. Simply I have passed the null here. So that's why whenever the expression got evaluating, it is got evaluating with the null itself. See, the null values got evaluated in the looping function. So if I use FE item, FE item, so what will it do in the each expression evaluation? So here you clearly listen, guys. Expression evaluation in the sense for each item, one expression got evaluated for each loop. So each loop in the sense there are 5 items in the array. So 5 loops will get executed. 5 loops in the sense for each loop, each expression evaluation will get happen. Okay. So now in the each expression evaluation, I am printing only the current item of the array. Current item in the sense, so whenever the each loop got executed, the current item in the sense first time iteration, the one will be get printed. In the second time expression evaluation got happening in the second loop, 23 item current item will get printed here. So now, so you have successfully in the expression you have printed the current items in the existing array, right, by using the FE item. So now if you want to add extra logic to the expression. So what you can do, you can simply start with the basic. So we want to concatenate with the hyphen, and then uh, item. So item. So like this, you have concatenated your text with the FEBang item hyphen, and then hard coded text called item, guys. So every time the expression got evaluating, here the expression got evaluating for the each loop. What will it do? It will concatenate the FEBang item hyphen and then hard coded item text. So simply, I was just showing you the basic concatenation for the each expression evaluation of the each item in the for each loop. Okay. So why it is got happened in the sense we have used the array. So instead of array, I will go with the concata. Then you will clearly understood. Uh, there are 5 items only got printed. See, now 5 iterations got happened, 5 items got printed. So in the each loop, in the each expression evaluation, so in the current item got concatenated with the hyphen item. So this is how we will evaluate the each current item in the expression by using the FEBang item. So now in the same scenario, you want to know each item index in the uh, each item index by using the looping function. What you can do is you can use the FEBang index. So FEBang index, what will it do? It will print the current items index in the array. So current item index in the array in the sense whenever the looping will happening. So in the each expression evaluation, so the expression itself, it is trying to print the current index uh, of the item. So by using the FEBang index, it will try to print the current index of the item. So now it will print for the each first loop, it will print the item 1 index is 1. In the second loop, the second item index 23 index 2 got printed. In the third loop, third expression evaluation, it is try to print the third item index called 3. So this is how in the looping we are printing the indexes of the each value which we have provided in the items of the for each. So now we'll quickly move to the next one. So if you want to know the count of the items, so there are less number of items are there in the local bank items, right? So we can easily count here by using our normal local variable something. So every time this local variable got dynamically updating, you want to fetch the dynamic count. So at that time, what you can do by using the FEBank items count, you can fetch 5. The 5 will get print 5 times, guys. You know, right? The looping function will loop for 5 iterations. So each iteration, the expression evaluation got evaluated, and it will print the each time the expression, it will print the total number of items count. So like that, for 5 loops, it will print 5 times 5, 5, 5. So that is how the expression evaluation got evaluated. And FEBang identifier. We will discuss this by whenever we are using the data subset, guys. No need to worry. So FEBang is first and FEBang is last. There are two more function variables are there. So why we will use this in the sense? See, so whenever I am using the FEBang is first, what will it do? So whenever the first item in the items array got printing at that time, it will print the first item got printed, so it will print output as a true whenever the system expression evaluation got trying to print the first item. So for the first item, the FEBang is first, it will print for the first loop as a true, and remaining all other items as a false, because the first iteration got happened, right? So the remaining are not a first iterations. So like that we can able to identify. See here, so whenever we are using FEBang is first, so for the first iteration in the looping, so it will print the output as a true here. For all the remaining iterations, other than the first iteration, remaining all other iterations, will return the output type as a false here. The same thing applicable for is last as well. So the looping, the first time looping got printing output as a true, right? So for the last looping, it will print the output as a true. Remaining all other looping and iterations, it will return as a false, guys. So now we will receive output true in the last iteration because E is last. In the last looping iteration only, it will get executed as a true. Remaining all other iterations, it will execute as a false, guys. So this is how we will use the looping function items in the expression evaluation. So I hope you guys clear with this use cases of each and every FE bank domain, right? So I have added here as well for you reference. See, FE item, which is nothing but the current item in the array. And index is nothing but the current item index of the array. So whatever the current items we are passing in the items parameter, right? So each time the looping got evaluating those looping indexes of the current item, it will print in the FE index. So the total count in the sense the number of items of the items parameter we are passing. So if bang is last true during the last iteration, false for every evaluation. Is first as well same true for the first iteration and false for every evaluation. So you want me to go with the real time example? We will go, guys. So let's see. See, he has taken the number integer, so he is now adding the. So now local where numbers. So in the array, I will take 1 comma 32 comma 87 comma 10 comma 22. So in the list of number integers, I'm trying to add each item with the plus 10, guys, or else plus 100. So what will happen? It will add for the each item with 100. So local bank items, sorry, instead of local bank items, I will pass local bank numbers here. See, now you can see for 1 it is got added with 100, for 32 it is got added with 100. So like that for each evaluation we have printed the uh, plus 100 and current item. So guys, I hope you are clear with this looping function, right? So we will discuss thoroughly with the real-time examples. You don't need to worry. So as of now, the basic level of understanding for how to use the looping function and how to access these parameters in the looping function, right? Or else you want me to explain it again?
Got it, Ganesh.
Yeah, thank you. So now we'll go to the second looping function. So if you want me to go through the more examples, we can go through this. We'll see what documentation they have provided. Yeah. Hmm. Null length of null returns null using its items parameter, data subset, merging. Hello. So if function we have to discuss them, then only we can discuss this for each function. So now guys, we'll discuss the next function in the looping function called all function. All function which is nothing but is one of the looping function, guys. This is also one of the looping function. So why we will use this function in the sense, see in the predicate list and context, there are three types of parameters are available. So why we will use this function in the sense, firstly I will take list, guys, then only I will explain the use case. So in the list, I'm taking list as a local by items. Items as the list here. So in the items, I will add few null values. Okay. I have added the few null values, guys. So all function, what will it do? It will check whatever the predicate we are passing here, that will check for all the items in the local bank items. So now fn bank is null or empty. So let's try this out once. Is null or empty not available. So we will use is null. Zero parameters. So when I use underscore here, so it returns false here. So guys, I can write like this as well, or else I can write the same, I can print the same output by doing like this as well. So I will explain both the cases. So in both the cases, it returns false only. Why it returns false as well, I will explain you guys. See, in the local bank items, you can see there are seven items are there. So same output it is got received, right? So in the seven items, if you can observe here, five items having not null values and remaining two other values having null values. So here we are checking for all in the sense all the items in the array having null values or not. Okay, so here all the items in the array is not a null values, right? So that's why it returns false. If all the values in the items array are null values, then it will print the output as a true here. So now I have removed the not null values and I printed only null values in the local bank items. So now the function will need to return true. See, it returns true. Why? Because the array contains all having null values only. That's why all function will check for all the values in the array containing with the context here. Sorry, predicate here what we are passing. So here I'm checking for the is null condition, having all the items having null or not. If all the items are having null, then it will return true. Otherwise, it returns false here. So fn bang is null. Predicate we can pass like this as well. Otherwise, open parenthesis and closed parenthesis inside, you can pass the underscore. What will happen if you pass the underscore? So the items in the local bank items will pass to the each time, each item, it will pass to the underscore here and it will check for the condition. And like that, the looping function check for all the items and then it will print the final parameter as a output. Yes, looping function in the sense it will loop for each item in the list and then it will print the overall output. Now you got it right. So same vice versa, we have another function as well. We will discuss that function as well with this function. So if you want to print the output as a true here, so because here few values having not null values and few of them having null values. So you just want to check is there any null value present in the array? You have to print the output as a true. You want to print the output as a true if any null value is existing. So now what I can do? So instead of all, I will pass any here. Any function I will try to pass here. So any function I will use now. So what will happen? So it will check for any of the value in the items array having null value. So it returns true because one of the value in the items array is a null value. So that's why it returns the output as a true here. So now I removing the null values from the array and I am trying to execute this function. So what will happen? It will execute the function and it will return false here because any one of the value in the items array is not a null value. So that's why it returns the output type as a false here. So if any one of the value is having null, it returns true. So that's why we will use the any here. For all, we are checking for all the values. For any, we are checking for any one of the value. So that is how we will check for uh, list by using the looping functions, guys. Yeah, all and any. See here as well, they have used the FABang is not. Yeah, filter and merge. So we'll discuss about the merge, guys. Okay, merge. So merge in the sense it will merge the combination of lists. So how it will combine the list? So it will combine the list like so you have the list one, guys. This is the list one. Okay, and this is the list two. So when you pass both the list to the merge function, what will it do? Merge function, if you pass the list 1 comma list 2, it will print the output as a 10 comma 1 and 20 comma 2 and 30 comma 3 and 40 comma 4. Here, what will it do? It will merge the two lists. How will it will merge the first items in the both the lists and the second items in the both the lists, third item in the both the lists, fourth item in the both the lists. That is how it will merge, guys. Okay, the merge function, it will combine both the lists. So now I will show you the real-time example merge. So in the merge, it will ask us to provide the lists. Lists it is asking me to provide. So now I will pass local bank items here, comma local bank numbers. So now in this both the items, you can see there are seven items are there. There are five items are there in the array 2. So what will happen? So for the remaining two items, it is null, right? So both will append with the null, null, null. So I will show you. See, first five items having not null values, right? So both the list will merge as expected. See, first item is one, in the second item also one now. So one as one list, and second items 23 comma 32 will coming as a second list. So this is how the merge function will combine the multiple lists into a combination of items, sequential items into one list. So see, null value is there. Seven items are there, right? So seven lists got printed in here. These seven. So we'll try to pass the third list as well and see what will happen.
What's the difference between array and the list?
Array and a list. Nice. So array is nothing but so both are same but different naming convention. Okay. See, list in the sense list of values, we will consider them as a array. Here you cannot see anywhere that array keyword, right? Array keyword, have you ever seen? No, right? So in the system it will print the when multiple values are having, so the system will print as a list type only. It will print list, which is nothing but the array. Okay, list of values is nothing but the array. So in the list, it will try to print the type as well. So like list of number integers, list of text values, list of decimals, list of booleans. So but combination of integers and text values and any type, so it will print the output type as a list of variant list, which is nothing but the array only. Okay. So it will better understand if you use the rule input, guys. See here, I will add one array rule input here. So see, if I want to add a list of values, I need to enable this array checkbox. So in the rule input, if I want to add a list of values, I have to use this array checkbox. So before using the array checkbox, after using the array checkbox, I will explain. So I will call the array bank array here. Okay, array here. So now, without using the array, I want to pass 1 comma 2 comma 3 comma 4. So now, see, when I try to execute it, it will print only one first item only. It will get printed here. See, it will print only one here. So if I use the array here, so now array. So array is nothing but the flower braces. Array indicating the flower braces, guys. See, it is coming as a how it is coming. It is coming as a single value only, encoded with single string and double string. So when I enabled the array, so what will happen? It will print multiple values as a list of values. List of values in the sense array of values. Array of value in the sense see here. So in the list of items, when I open this output type and I print as a raw or expression. Yeah, see here, the list is indicated with the array, right? You got my point, what I was trying to explain. So array is nothing but the list of values. So which was indicating with the flower braces. Then only it will consider as an array. Otherwise, it is a single value. If you want to pass multiple values, you definitely use this array symbol. This is nothing but the array symbol. In the array, we have the list of values.
Got it. So list is nothing but an array.
Yes, list. List of values, how we will pass? We will pass through the array only. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So blindly make a point in your head, Manjur. So whenever you want to pass multiple values, you definitely use the array symbol here. Without passing this array, you can't try to print the all the values at a single go. See, I have shown you the example, right? Before passing the array, after passing the array. So in our Appian, array plays a very crucial role, you know. So that was declaring, indicating with the this flower braces. So you have seen right before passing the array, it is got printed as a single stack. After passing the array symbol here, so it is got printed as a list here, list of items, 4 items. So now we have done with the merge, and then none of the value is a check whether the either true or false. We have none of the value is null here. Reduce, reject. So we quietly use this reject function, guys. How, why we will use the reject function in the sense, so while exporting the data or else few other scenarios in our real time, so we usually try to avoid the null values and export the data or display the data in the front end in the real times. So at that time we definitely need to avoid these null values. In this scenario itself, in the local bank items, we have the two null values, right? So while printing the output from the local bank items, I want to reject the null values and print the not null values as an output. So this is the use case and this is the scenario I have to achieve. So how can I achieve? I have to use the looping function here, guys. So using the looping function, what I can do here, I have to pass reject fn bank is null. Okay, fn bank is null, and then list I have to pass here. List I will pass items. List I will pass items here. See, when I print the output from the items, it is got printed only 5 items. And the remaining 6, 7 indexes items got excluded. That means it got rejected. The null values got rejected and it is printed the final output as a not null values. So if I remove this as well, let's see this how the function will behave. Without passing the null values array to the reject function, let's see, it is throwing an issue. It is not throwing an issue. So that is how we will reject the null values, guys. By using the reject function, we will reject the null values in the array. So now, so yesterday we are in the informational functions, I guess. Let's go to the informational functions, guys. Yeah, we have discussed these null or empty and keys as well and list types as well. Error, infinity, is null. Is null function we have to check for the null values, guys. Is null or empty is also there. Why we will use the is null in the sense? So see, in the is null, when I pass null value here and check for the is null or is null, then it will return true here. Yeah, it returning the output as a true when I check for the null condition. So when try to pass empty here. So let's see what will happen. Yeah, empty also it return true. We will check for empty array. Yeah, see, it returns the output as a false here. Instead of null array, it does not return the true. So when I use is null or empty, see, it returns true. For empty array as well, it returns true, is null or empty. But is null, it returns the false, right? So for the few of the cases, null arrays, is null function doesn't return true. So that's why. So they have introduced this is null or empty function. At that time as well, it will return the output as a true here. That is the major difference for is null and is null or empty. Yeah, type of and type name, we'll discuss this, no need to worry. So logical function, guys, very most and commonly used functions, uh, commonly used functions in our Appian. So firstly, we will discuss with the and or, guys, and then we'll go for the remaining functions. Okay, and or functions we will discuss. So while studying in our graduation, right, at that time we have seen this truth table, right? Truth table. So I have forgot that microservices, some other subject. So in that subject, we have the truth table, right? So based on the truth table only, they have implemented this and function and or function. Okay. So firstly, I will explain the truth table, guys. So truth table in the sense, we have four types of inputs are getting allowed for the breadboard. Something is there. That mission I forgot. So for that we have to pass these inputs, guys. So those inputs are you can pass true comma true and true comma false and false comma true and false false. These are the four combination of inputs we can able to pass to the system. Okay, so assume one indicates the true and zero indicates the false case. Okay, one indicates the true, zero indicates the false. So with knowing this truth table, you can easily understand the AND gate and OR gate. Okay, so yes, and is nothing but returns true. When it will return true, if all the inputs are true, guys, then that case only it will return true. Blindly make a point. So all the inputs are true, then only it will return true. If any one of the input is false, any one of the input is false, it returns false. And gate, it returns false. But coming to the OR gate, if any one of the input is true, it will return true. If all inputs are false, it is false. So now I will show you. See, the outputs we will see. We will pass true comma true in AND gate. It was under AND gate category na. So what will it do? It will print the output as a true here. So if any one of the input is false, here one of the input is false, it returns false. One input is false, false here output. Both the inputs are false, the output is false here. So coming to the OR gate category scenario, so if both the inputs are true, right? So that's why it returns true. And any one of the input is true, right? So it returns true. Any one of the input is true, it returns true. Both the inputs are false, it returns the output as a false here. So now the inputs which we are passing to the AND gate and OR gate, it checking for the conditions like the both the conditions are true, and whatever the conditions, not a both, all the conditions are satisfied with the true, and gate will return true at that scenario only. So if any one of the condition got satisfied as a true, OR gate will return all the truths for all the scenarios. So now I will start with the basic, very basic example. See here. So in the AND gateway, I'm taking the two inputs as true comma true, true comma true. Yeah, I'm taking all the inputs as a true here. So now what will be the output here? The output is true here. Okay. So instead of true, I am removing true and passing the false. Any one of the input to the AND gateway is false. The output is false here. See, the output is false. If I pass all the inputs as false here, if I take all the inputs as false here, so what will happen? It will return the output type as a false here. So it will return the output type as a false here. So now, uh, so now we will check for the OR gate. So all the inputs are true, then only the AND gate returns true. If all inputs are false, it returns false. So now all inputs are false, then the OR gateway, it returns as a false. If any one of the input is true in the OR gate, so it returns the output as a true here. See, any one of the input is true, it returns the output as a true here. So if all the inputs are true, the OR gateway as well returns the true. Any one of the input is true, the OR gate will it returns the output as a true. Right. So now we'll quickly see the example here. See here in the AND gateway, they have passed true comma false. So any one of the input is false. What will it do? It returns the output as a false here. And coming to the OR function, if any one of the input is true and remaining all other are false, one input is true, right? So it will return the output as a true here. So why was highlighting this point in the sense, see, if I pass two conditions, R of 1 equal to 1 and 2 less than 1. Second condition is false, but first condition is true, right? So if any one of the condition is true in the real time, so I want to print the output as a true here. See, you can see the output as true here. But when the same scenario I'm passing in the AND gateway, it does not print true. It print only false only. So it need to be satisfied both the conditions. So if I pass 10 here, 2 less than 10 is true, right? So it will print the output as a true here. Both the conditions are true. So like that we will check in the real time, guys. So we want to satisfy all the conditions, then only we are allowing the user to access that screen or visible that screen. Otherwise, we will populate some other UI based on these conditions only, like the user is present of that group or not, the user having this permission level or not. Like that we will check. So all the conditions got satisfied, then only we will allowing the user to access that form. Otherwise, we are restricting the user to hide that form by using show when parameters. We'll discuss this thoroughly, no need to worry. So